problem is like I put it in a unlisted, so no others will watch this video. I put it earlier in unlisted, but I changed it to public, so it is available. I thought our network issues and face to face is there. No, I think it is there, but I watched it for some time, so it is nothing, no nonsense thing is there. But I have to watch completely. 2 hours I have to watch first of all. So anything unnecessary things are there, or thing I have to put it again unlisted. Okay, so whatever it is, took a lot of time to refresh. Yeah. First one is DNS. So what is DNS? I have to start recording also, right? My it is
This conference will now be recorded.
very good. So DNS, domain,
Domain name.
yeah, very good. Domain name system. Okay. Anybody remember port number? Guys, by heart the port number. If you don't understand the port numbers, also no problem. By heart it. Compulsory it is. I no. So guys, everybody will won't get the same kind of questions. You may get a different type of interviewers and may get a same. Maybe you may get a different type of questions. So some people will be there definitely will have questions on a port numbers. Tell me some port numbers or what is the particular port number for this particular services. Mainly DHCP, DNS, HTTP, FTP. How?
How many panels, sir?
I don't know. So depends upon your cognizant availability. Okay, maybe 4 5 members are there. Some like some people will get a one panel, another panel will get by other one. So we don't know exactly. Even last time I seen interviews, each person giving a different name. Okay, so we'll see. Domain name system port number 53. Okay, go through all port numbers. Tomorrow I will ask all port numbers morning. Okay, DHCP DNS port number is 53. Okay, next, what is the DNS, domain naming system? You know what is WINS? I said WIN server, right? In a DHCP, there is a option is there WIN server. Currently, we are not using WIN server. That's why I didn't configure, right? So what is this WIN server? WIN server also a naming server. Also naming server. It is also related to name and IP addresses. Okay, Windows Internet naming. Okay, Windows Internet naming server or a system. Okay, this is also WINS is also a naming server, but it is proprietary of Microsoft. Microsoft protocol, not a open protocol. Who only works in Windows to Windows system only. Who only works in Windows to Windows only work. And it dealing with only NetBIOS. Okay, what is this NetBIOS? Name and IP addresses only. And mainly IPv4 only, not even a IPv6. Okay, name and IPv4 only. So last time someone is asked me a question, what is NetBIOS? What is FQDN? Okay, so then we'll start with the FQDN. FQDN, fully qualified domain name. What is FQDN? Fully qualified domain name. So for example, my server name, what is my server name? WinS1. What is my domain name? Sunstars. Okay. What is that top level domain? .com. Right. So to avoid the confusion, I will type here only sunstars.com. Okay. Now what is my FQDN? My server FQDN. WinS1 dot sunstars.com. This is my FQDN. Now my server NetBIOS is WinS1 only, means my server name is a NetBIOS. So it will store only name, that's it. If you go to the domain, what is my domain? NetBIOS Sunstars. Only that part, not a .com. .1 again top level NetBIOS kind of stuff will work. Okay, so NetBIOS means it's a name only, either it is a host name or a part of domain name. So for example, I have a client is there now. So I have one client. So my C1 is there. So my client PC name is Win C1. Okay. So I'm in a domain. Already in domain. Can you tell me my client FQDN? What is FQDN? This is
win1.sunstars.com.
very good. This is my client FQDN, fully qualified domain name of WinSC1. And what is the NetBIOS name of computer? Computer NetBIOS.
Sunstars.
Computer. Only computer name. Only computer name. So this is WinC1. Okay. So like that. Next, in NetBIOS. NetBIOS only name and IPv4 resolution. Mapping between name and IPv4 only. Okay. No IPv6. But if you have a IPv6, but still you want NetBIOS feature. You have, for example, you are not using IPv4 network, you are using IPv6 network. So still you want a name and IP resolution in a NetBIOS type. So that again LLMNR. This is name and IPv6. Name and IPv6. Your computer name and IPv6. NetBIOS or computer NetBIOS, both are same. If you say NetBIOS or computer NetBIOS, it belongs to computer only. If they specifically domain NetBIOS means your main domain name, main part of domain name only. If you have a subdomains, that different one. So subdomains for it's a different one. Okay. So LLMNR means name to IPv6 resolution. Just for example, maybe it is works here or not. I have to check it once more. If you click on a network, so in the bottom left hand side, network. Okay, if you click on this network, by using a network discovery protocol, which is in your change advanced options arena, control panel, network and sharing center, and change advanced configuration, something is there. No? So if you go there and if you turn on network discovery, on is there, what it will do, it use either NetBIOS or LLMNR. So it will try to get the names of the computers or devices to your system. Currently it is not showing here. Even I didn't start my computer also. Okay, I have to start my computer, my desktop. So then it is also show my desktop name. This is my laptop name, desktop name, and other systems also it may show here. Okay, you can directly open for a networking purpose also. So because of these things, name and IP address result. What is FQDN? Fully qualified domain names. Your Wins works with the NetBIOS names only, and it works with Windows to Windows system purpose only. No FQDNs. Win server don't have FQDNs. And due to this NetBIOS kind of stuff, no IPv6. That is a Win server. That is enough for a Win server. We'll go to the DNS, and when you are come to the DNS, compulsory there is a Wins and an DNS. Okay, so now I'm going to the DNS. DNS is a open protocol. What is open protocol? Anybody can use it, not only a Windows, Linux, Unix, like that. Anybody can use a DNS protocol in their system. Okay, not only as a DNS client and as a server also you can become a Windows server and use a DNS as a service. Maybe you're a Linux Linux server, DNS we can install in a Linux and we can use DNS services. If you are a router, or maybe if you are a specific a Unix server like that, you can become a DNS server. And also anybody can able to use, whether your client system is Windows, Linux or anything, so anybody can able to work. So Windows, Linux, Unix, like that, any system either in a server side and client side can use a Windows. DNS follows FQDN, not NetBIOS, FQDN. So fully qualified domain name. So DNS always domain name and PCs in the domain and IP address mapping. Okay, so it maps IPv4. Okay, it works with IPv4 and IPv6 also. Okay, so IPv4 and IPv6 also DNS works. In DNS, it's a FQDN, fully qualified domain names, like a name of the system and your domain name combined thing is there. Okay, here in the DNS, very simple part I will tell again. I will elaborate it also. I will tell for just for an example purpose. For example, in DNS, I have a domain. So first of all, domain. For example, contoso.com. What is contoso.com? There is a few .coms are there, means certain domains are there suggested from Microsoft and Red Hat people. So those .coms means those domains not existing in this world, means in a publicly they are not existed. They are not existed in a publicly. For example, you put a server and you create a domain name is contoso.com. Internally it will work, but you want to access externally, it won't work because it is not existing, and mainly it won't listed in the public domains. We cannot put it in a public. We can use it in private, but you cannot use in a public. So that is one of the is contoso.com, example.com. Example.com. This is also not existing. You cannot put it in a public also. No public, no public, no access. You cannot put it yourself also. For example, you want to create an example.com website, you cannot create it. Okay, so you cannot create it. It is not there and you cannot create it also. Example.com, contoso.com, networktraders.com. It means nwtraders.com, nwtraders.com. Adatum.com means atld.com, something is there, atld.com. There's a few websites are given from the Microsoft and other organizations. So then, so suggestions, use it for your internal purpose only, not for public routing purpose. So that's it, leave it. For example, I have a PC in this domain. I have a PC in this domain. PC name is PC1. Okay, and PC1 IP address is there. For example, 192.168. Maybe 10.11. This is my PC1 IP address. So PC means we call it as a host. So host A address like this. This is my domain, and this is called a record. Okay, this is my main domain. Under this domain, I have a record called a PC1 and IP address. Okay, got the point? This is my domain. This is the record. This is the host record. Guys, understand this point or not? So, what is the FQDN of PC1? PC1.contoso.com. PC1.contoso.com. So this is FQDN. So compulsory FQDN wise it stores, but by directly if you are looking at the record, it don't show FQDN. It shows PC1, but this PC1 record is under contoso.com. Another example, for example, I have my own, right? So sunstars.com. So I have a PC in this one. For example, PCA. This is a host record. So and IPv4 record. Just for example. For example, this is a something IP address. Maybe like this. No problem. So this is my domain and this is my IP address. So then the record is look like FQDN of PCA. What is it?
PCA.com.
Very good. Okay, so this is the FQDN. It may not show direct FQDN, but this is the original complete name. Okay, so PCA is under this domain, but I will show you complete thing in a DNS for understanding how records and what is the record and as well as FQDN. So I have written like this. Okay, next. So this is a small introduction about DNS. First important is what is the DNS? It's a domain name system. What is the use of this DNS? It maps name to IP address. Okay, FQDN to IP address or name to IP address, anything you can tell. It maps name to IP address. It maintains the list of names and IP addresses in the form of domain and records. Okay, so totally. Next, so for example, you type in a Google in a web browser like a google.com, but you don't know IP address of google.com, but still you are getting a reply. All communications by IP address only, but we don't know IP address of google.com. You type google.com. Okay, we type google.com in a web browser or maybe a CMD like a ping google.com, but you don't know IP address of we don't know IP address of thing. So you type it, but we don't know IP address. We given a name. So what happened? DNS server will give you IP address of www.google.com. So understand, very simple way. It's a name to IP address. What is the name to IP address? DNS server will maps name and IP addresses. When you want an IP address, just ask the IP address to DNS server, and then we'll get an IP address from DNS server. How total mechanism works, I will explain that one, but understand very basic thing. I want to ask one very simple question. How to ask, okay, not how to ask, like which is your DNS server? How do you know? Who is my DNS server? I don't know, right? So how I can ask DNS server? How my query is going to, how your query is going to DNS server? It means you should know who is your DNS server, right? Who is your DNS server currently in my PC? Who is my DNS server? So either you go to the adapter settings, or maybe ncpa.cp. Oh, sorry. Either you go to ipconfig space all, ipconfig space all. You can find DNS server address. Okay, you can find DNS server address. So that is called a preferred DNS, alternate DNS. Or you can go to like this, details. Why it is not coming? Why it's taking too much time? Magnifier, right click. This is better option. Okay. So who is my DNS server? This is my DNS server address 192.168.2.1. When we do a server client, when you join a server and client, we given our Windows server IP address. Why? Because our Windows server is also a DNS server. In my network, in my internet connection, router connection, this is my DNS server. Of course, this is my default gateway, DNS server and DHCP server are same here. So it means my router is my DNS server, but actually my router don't do any DNS kind of stuff. Okay, so router don't do any DNS server kind of stuff here. But thing is, my query go to my router first. Later it will go to other places. So this is your preferred DNS server. Alternate DNS server means secondary DNS server is there. Multiple DNS servers you can able to put it. Okay, so you can get it from ipconfig all, or maybe you can use right click, network adapter, right click, status. What is it? Right click, status, details, and you can find your DNS server address. Okay, so your query is going to your DNS server. Okay, up to this part, name to IP address. So next one is this one. This is a overview of DNS namespace. Okay, root domain, top level domain, secondary domain, like that. This is the FQDN, but I don't take this much big structure and all. I'm going to explain in one single shot this one, and these things. Okay, these things you can see, all these things. Records I will tell once I explain. This is a very important picture. Forwarder. Okay, remember forwarder. So this picture wise only I will explain. Okay. So I need a paint for this one. Guys, this is actually DNS is my one of the favorite topic, mainly in demo sections. Demos means if I want to attend interviews, usually I attend some interviews earlier. So they ask for a demo. So I choose DNS as a demo. Okay. And in a Linux, I choose always LVM. Why? Because of DNS, you can explain in 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or maybe 40 minutes also. So at least you can explain DNS for 40 minutes also. So you can limit the DNS things, and also you can add it. Okay, you can explain DNS but in a 5-10 minutes, just very simple, like I explained, name to IP address, that's it. Port number, WIN server, or a FQDN, something like we can able to explain it, or you can keep adding into the DNS. So that's my favorite topic. So instead of killing myself to avoid the things, I will tell big story, guys. Are everybody ready to listen to the story? Why 28? Some people are missing. Guys, ready?
Yes, sir.
Very good. Okay, how? Okay, how we resolve the IP? For example, I open a browser and I put some website here. It is okay. Some website, for example, W3 schools. Now I got a page. So how I got a page? First, I have to connect with the W3 schools. To get connect with the w3schools.com website or a server, I need a IP address of w3schools.com, right? So how I will get a w3schools.com IP address? Normally, I use only this one only, always technet.microsoft.com. For an example, I'm take. So when I put a technet.microsoft.com, so first of all, my query is going to technet find the IP address of technet.microsoft.com. Then I can able to communicate. Now it is changed to DOC, no problem. Anyway, I came to DOC or technet.com. So I will tell one more way. MVN. No, not MVN. MVA.microsoft.com. I removing all the extra things. So this is mva.microsoft.com. Any Microsoft technologies you can learn freely. Free. Okay. You can learn so many things of Microsoft things, including Azure fundamentals. We are paying for different online classes and all, right? So we can learn lot of things here and freely. Microsoft technologies. Not only that, so roles, products, like you can, okay, GitHub, Office 365, .NET, Power Platform, Power BI, Power Apps. So many things are came up now, so you can go to this one and you can learn related one. You learn TV also there. Microsoft, one more streaming is there, that is Channel 9. Channel 9 means it's a Microsoft streaming one. Learning TV is there. Can I play? But you need a language understanding level is important, because most of the trainers are outside, means like US based people, so it's difficult. Okay, guys. So what is my domain name? So what is my typing is technet.microsoft. Okay. So in my browser, I type technet.microsoft.com. So what happens immediately? First, did you access earlier? It means maybe in morning or yesterday or like that. So did you access this technet.microsoft.com already? It means the IP address of technet.microsoft.com stored in your cache. Okay, it stores in your cache. So it will verify in a cache. Means browser cache. Browser temporary files are there, no, like that. So browser cache. In your browser cache, IP address is there. So first it will check IP address of technet.microsoft.com. It get it from the browser cache. So how to check your browser cache? ipconfig slash display DNS. Command is ipconfig space display DNS. So this is a my browser cache, but you may not see all the things, but because it's already pre-records are there. Okay, this is my browser cache. You can try in your system also. I have a binded cache is also there. Okay, so this is my cache. So how to check it? ipconfig display DNS. If you want to remove all these caches, ipconfig flush DNS. Flush DNS. So it will remove all the this caches. So it will verify in a browser cache. Next one is there is a folder called /etc. Any slash you can use it. Depends upon which system you are using. Host. This is the file in your system. So in a etc host file is there. Inside a host file, there is a dedicated links are there. So total location, the total overall location is like this. C, if you are in a Windows system, C slash Windows slash system32 slash drivers slash etc slash host for a Windows system. Okay. So the second one is for a Windows. The first one for usually Linux. Okay. If you, Linux direct command, if you have a Linux system, then type it cat space slash etc slash host, then you can see the host file. If you are in a Windows, you have to go to this location, open the host file in Notepad. Okay, like this, C colon slash Windows slash system32 drivers correct only. The drivers correct only, and etc. So I went to the etc, then a host file, right click, open with Notepad, because no extensions system will use. Okay, see here it is. This is IP address, it's a domain name. Hash tag means it's a comment. So I have a earlier one server is there. This is a CentOS server, means Linux server. I installed 12c in that one. So I need a name to IP address, because when I access from my physical machine, so it is not understanding. IPs are not used for all services. Name we should use it. Compulsory name should use it. So what I done? I don't have any DNS servers here. So what I done? I put a IP address of the server, and then I put a name here. So it is a manual type, not automatic type. Manually you can enter IP address and name. So then instead of searching in a total DNS server, so you will get a IP from this list only. So like this, see, these are all different websites, and there are linked to your loopback address only. Why? Because of I don't want to get updates or some verification kind of stuff. The software itself, it is created link like this. Guys, understand host file? Host file means it's a manual entry of name and IP addresses. So instead of searching in a DNS, if you know your server name or a domain name or a computer name and IP address, you can type it here. You can modify the list here. Okay. So you can see the examples here. So based on that, you can able to type like this. This is also a server. I think I removed that server, or I still it is there or not, I don't know. Okay. So, but I keep this record like that only. So this is the host file. Host file contains a static entries of IP and name. Okay. What is the advantage? No need to search always in the DNS kind of stuff. Directly you can able to get IP address from your list only. Disadvantage is how many IP addresses you have to store. So a lot of websites we are using, right? W3 schools, Java T point, or maybe a tutorial points, GoToMeeting, or any so many Gmail account, Facebook account, so many websites we are using daily by daily. So all IP addresses you can't store here. For internet it is okay, but internet it is very difficult. Okay, so of course another use of this host file is you can redirect something into something. Like for example, sorry. So if you mention like this, what will happen? Uh, when you type a browser www.facebook.com, so it is such in a cache. If it is not find in a cache, it will try to find from the host file. Then what happened? I given my loopback address. So what happened? I cannot reach the facebook.com. I cannot reach the facebook.com. I think my facebook.com address is this one, and I'm searching in that one only. So I cannot reach that one. For example, you know, if you give wrong direction to someone, ask how to go to a particular place, right? They ask you, you are in a roadside and someone is asked by how to go to a railway station. You given a wrong direction, not a exact direction. You given a complete wrong direction. He trusted you. He trusted you, and he went to that direction. Means he cannot reach the railway station. Same thing is like that. We are telling lies to the our browser that this is an IP address. So like this also we can block the things. Like earlier, we used it to do like this for Facebook blocking for others in the institute. Now we are not doing it. Okay, no one is using Facebook anyway. That's it. This is a manual. This is a internal one only. So here I will take the red color for tick mark. First, it will try to get in from cache. If cache is not available, it try to found in a host file. In a Linux, this is the path of host file. In a Windows, this is the path of host file. Now, you didn't find in both the places. You didn't find in a cache, you didn't find in a host file also. Then what happens? I have my local DNS server. I have my local DNS server. Example, in my local, I have a router. The router is act like my local DNS server. Okay. Or maybe in organization, they may put a one DNS server. The query is going to local DNS server only. Which query? I want technet.microsoft.com IP address. I'm asking, I want technet.microsoft.com IP address. Okay. Now, local DNS server also don't know IP address. So what it will do? It directly send a query to ISP provider. In internet, I'm talking completely in internet mode only. So it is forward the query to ISP provider. ISP provider has a DNS server. That DNS server, we call it as a forwarder. Yeah, we don't have space. One second. Yeah, correct. Initially, I thought this one only. Forwarder. Forwarder is also a DNS server. Okay. Forwarder is also a DNS server. So what is this forwarder contains? The forwarder contains information of root hints. Root hints. What is root hint? There is in the world 13 root DNS servers are there. Root hints means root DNS servers IP addresses. In the world, 13 root hints are there. Root hint means root DNS servers are there. What is this root DNS server content? Okay, what is this root DNS server information? So this is a root DNS server, for example, root DNS server. Root DNS server contains IP addresses of no. Root DNS server, right? So I am talking about root DNS server. Yeah, very good. Root DNS server contains IP address of top level domains. Okay, top level domain IP address. Okay, so like a .com, .org, .net, .in. Actually, some people said .in is not a top level domain, but these are all dot extension. So the last parts are .co, .in, .co, .cc, .xyz, .xyz, .tv, .tv, okay, .live, .live, .tk. These are all top level domains. The root DNS servers having a IP address of top level domain. Top level domain IP addresses. Again, com, org, .net, like there. If you see here, it is. I'm going to GoDaddy. Which one is better, Big Rocks or GoDaddy? Anything, go for a GoDaddy. GoDaddy, Big Rocks. If any, you can go to anything. Just open their site. Find your perfect domain. It is something it is showing, right? I want to create a site. Sunstars. Search. is available. Sunstars.com is available, and it is asking for this much price, 9,32,000 premium domain. Okay, but it is not available. It is giving some suggestions. See, .com with different names, .com, like you can see. I want exactly this one, means I have to pay this much. Okay, but there is the Sunstars, Sunrise Stars, Sunstar ESA, Sun Solar, Solar Superstars. This is the price. Not only this is all .coms only. I think, yeah, are all .coms. But I want something different one. ORG is already taken. He has something broker service fee. So why it is? Maybe GoDaddy is not good. I'll go to Big Rocks. So many are there. The GoDaddy, Big Rocks, free domain sites also available. That .in I have to click that one. See, can you see? Each one has a different prices. Price is not a big deal. So look at the top level domains. You want a .com or .net, .in, .org, .co.in, .beach, .life, .tv. So many are there. Okay. This is for hosting part. I think hosting and as well as domain part also. Per month I have to pay 100 rupees if I go with this one. One website 20 GB like this. So 3 years if you pay per month it is less. Okay. Guys understand? For example, Sunstars. Okay, sunstar.online, solar.store. Like you are creating any e-commerce website, like .store you can put it, .tech, technical related, biz, me, it's for maybe it's a personal one. These are a .com. Okay, .edu is also there. Edu is also, it's a one of the thing like this. So different type of websites are there. Okay, so it is depends upon top level domains. It means the main extension .com, .net like that. Root DNS server contains this one. Totally in the world 13 root DNS servers are there. These root DNS servers are maintained by ICANN. So we in IP address we discussed now ICANN, IANA, ICANN kind of stuff. So it's maintained by ICANN. Each root DNS server contains .com IP address, .org address, .net IP address like that. Okay, just one second. I didn't complete the forwarder part, right? So forwarder contains root hint IP addresses. Root hint IP addresses. Root hints are like this. A dot something it is there. So like this IP address. It is a one root hint. B, another root hint. Another root means another root DNS server. Like A, B, C, D. Each root server has a name. Each root DNS server has a name. A, B, C, D. Like A is a one server, B is a one server, C is a another server, D is a another server. Okay. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like that. It keep going till 13. A to H or J something is there. Last one. So that is each is a single root DNS server. A is a server, B is a server, D is a server, F is a server, like that. Servers are there. each server, for example, this is a server. This is a root DNS server. Meaning, in that server, I have a COM address, org address, .NET address like that. Again, .com is also a server. .com is also a server. .org, another server. So my query is went like this. So first from my PC, first is from my PC. My PC is C1, and my query went to local DNS server. In local DNS server, don't know IP address of technet.microsoft.com, and it forward the query to the forwarded DNS server asking where is technet.microsoft.com IP address, and forward also don't know, and it is said first it will send a query to a root DNS server. First send a query to root DNS server. Send a query to root DNS server. Okay. Query to a root DNS server. A or B or C, something it will select and server. Find out .com IP address. First it will find .com IP address. Now from root DNS server, I got my .com IP address. What will I get? .com IP address. I will get it. Now I got a .com server address. And I will send a query to .com address. I want Microsoft.com address. Now .com, what it will do? It will verify. .com stores all .com IP addresses like Microsoft.com, Facebook.com, maybe Google.com, maybe any, tell me some .com, okay, W3schools.com, okay, IP addresses of different sub-level domains. It's not sub-level, it is secondary level domains. We should not say sub-level, it is secondary level. IP address of google.com, IP address of w3schools.com, IP address of microsoft.com, IP addresses are there. So now what happened? So .com will give you a reply. .com will give you a reply. What is the reply? Microsoft.com IP address. Microsoft.com IP address. Now forwarded knows Microsoft.com IP address, but still I want TechNet, right? Again, for example, this is my Microsoft.com server. Example, it is a DNS server of a Microsoft.com. Again, this is my Microsoft.com DNS server. Okay, not just a server, DNS server. This is contain different things like technet.microsoft.com IP address. I think size is not enough. Yeah, here it is better. Okay, next docs.microsoft.com's IP address. I said no, mva.microsoft.com IP address. Maybe azure.microsoft.com IP address. Okay, office.microsoft.com IP address. So it contains different domains or different hosts or different servers IP addresses. Now how query goes? Now I know the Microsoft.com IP address. Then I'll ask to Microsoft.com, I want technet.microsoft.com IP address. I thought it is a T, but it is not look like a T also. Technet.microsoft. It's very difficult to draw like this, right? .com IP address. So then they'll give Microsoft is giving the IP address to forwarder. Okay. So finally, our forwarder got a IP address of technet.microsoft.com. So what it will do? It will forward that information to our local DNS server. It means our router. I got a IP address of technet.microsoft.com to my local DNS server. Local DNS server give us technet.microsoft.com IP address finally. Okay. So this is how DNS works. First, once you got an IP address, what we will do? Directly will communicate, means through the internet only, of course. You will send a query. So I need a web page of technet.microsoft.com. Okay. So to the server, so you ask technet.microsoft.com with IP address, you will communicate. So you'll send a request, you'll get a reply from technet.microsoft.com. Okay, with a IP address. So this is how it works. So what is the duty of DNS? When you ask for a name, you will get a IP address. Okay, what is the duty of this forwarder? The forwarder contains root hints. Root hint means totally in the world 13 root hints are there. 13 root hints are there. Root hint means root DNS server. Root DNS server contains top level domain IP addresses. Contains top level domain IP addresses. What is this top level domain? Like a .com, .org, .net, .xyz, like that. Yes, how we surf in internet means when you put some URL in your address bar, how will you get a reply? You have to communicate with IP address. How you get IP address? From DNS server. Okay. Okay. .com. Yeah. Then.
So I'm saying, what is the domain for dark web?
Dark web.
Dark web. Yeah. I mean, what domain does it use? Does it use out of these which you have wrote?
You are asking about dark web or .net?
Dark web. Dark web.
Dark web. Yeah. Right. I got it. Dark web. Dark websites are not listed in our public network. Not. There are domains are there, names are there, but you cannot communicate directly with a public DNS server.
Yeah, that I know, sir. I'm asking its domain.
I don't know. I never use. I am not in the ethical hacking part, so I don't know any dark web websites, and it is very illegal to access. And if you have to be certified ethical hacker, so definitely you can learn and you can use it. Mine is not learning. I will try everything first. If I try, they will put it in my agile. Nowadays, things are very restricted. Okay. So I don't know any dark website sites. They will give like maybe if you are learn or maybe you are approaching, they use one browser called Onion browser, as I know.
Yes, sir. Onion is used to exit dark web.
Dark webs. It's one of the browser. Okay, this is one browser,
Yes, yes.
and
Onion is typically used maybe for, and it's not illegal until you are
it's
not
not
doing
illegal.
anything wrong. Yeah,
Not
you
illegal.
can surf on the web just until you are not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, right. You can surf. You can, if you know sites and all are kind of stuff. Only if you are maybe you can directly you can use it. You have to download this one, and there is a
But if
search
you're not
engine is
doing
also available. Maybe
use
okay, search engine may be there because
Onion is the yeah.
yeah,
I
some
think
searching.
Onion is the domain for which is good in dark web, I guess.
Maybe
Dark
I
mode.
think they have their own search engine like a Google engine. Maybe you will get some information from it. It is directly ethical hackers related one. Maybe it is, but I don't have much knowledge. I never use Onion browser or anything. So have a little bit fear of this ethical hacking part. Mm. If you want to do any funny things or maybe I think better start learn from a proper organization. Second important one is two sides of ethical hacking is there. Hacking, I'm saying learning from a proper organization certified in a ethical hacking certificate is there. Certified ethical hackers, that is called CE. Sorry, that is called CE, not EC. Certified ethical hackers. Then you have a rights to use few things. Another side is uncertified accesses. If you got caught, for example, and it may have a risk because entire data is encrypted, and to prove your innocence, also you have to show all the data, and without having proper knowledge, don't better not to use it. You can use it, but proper guidelines. So with the limited, with your knowledge, transparency. That's just better to go it. If you really want to become a hacker, start learning from algorithms, creating your own programming language or operating systems. Okay, create your own kernel, like so completely out of box ethical hacking syllabus. So definitely you will become really a hacker. Otherwise, it is backward. Okay, that is actually need a lot of attention. Dedication is required. I'm not that much. I don't have that much patience. Yes. Okay. So guys, yeah, that's very good question. Like a dark webs kind of stuff, not listed under our public root domains or a top level domains also. And I don't have any knowledge on it. Okay. So here, where we got break, here it is root.com. So I contact root DNS server. I found a top level domain.com first, because if you see there is a dot after .com. After .com, dot means root, .com means top level domain. So Microsoft.com. I found a IP address of Microsoft.com in a .com server. Then I got it Microsoft.com. So then I went to the Microsoft.com asking for a technet.microsoft.com IP address. Now I got a technet.microsoft.com. Then it is send. The forwarder will send to your local DNS server. So local DNS server forward to our system IP address of technet.microsoft.com. Now I communicate to technet.microsoft.com directly with the IP address, and it will send a page to us. So as per our request, it will give you reply. That's it. With IP address, I'm communicating. Okay. So with IP address, I'm communicating. I get my reply page something. So this is a total how it is works in a regular basis. Second part, I will show you the records and all. Okay, and I will give you a small introduction, if you possible, small introduction about. I will forward some PPTs and I will tell you what to study in that one tomorrow morning. So we'll complete storage full. Okay, today study both DNS, port numbers. Okay, guys, you have to study daily. That is this is not at all good like port numbers, forgetting about port numbers, statements, definitions. Here in interview, they don't give you 1 week time. Not even a 2 days time is also not there for interview. Daily you have to study. Otherwise, you will face problem, I will face problem. Both. For me, no problem. People knows about me. But I don't like it. My people fail. Study. Okay, and you are asking questions like that. Everybody start asking questions or maybe involve us answering. Okay, that is helpful for you and me also. I won't get a sleep and you won't get a bore if you are asking questions. Okay, this is it. There is a few naming structure is there here. Guys, up to here, do you understand? Or can I have to explain again? Or can I go on next? Understand? Okay. Very good. Okay. If you don't understand, please guys, ask me again, no problem. I will explain it. Okay. So I'll give you a quick review. So in my browser, I put a technet.microsoft.com. So my browser, very checking in a browser cache, is it IP address is available for technet.microsoft.com. If it is available, direct connection. Not available, it verify from the file called a host file. If you are in a Windows, this is the location. If you are in a Linux, this is the location. So that is it. Okay. If it is not find in a browser or it is not find in this location, the query is forward to DNS. Okay, your local DNS server. So local DNS server also don't have IP address of technet.microsoft.com. It forward the query to your ISP provider. ISP provider has a forwarder. Okay, the forwarder contains information of root DNS servers. There is a 13 root DNS servers in the world. So all 13 root DNS server IP addresses are stored in forwarder. So the query is going like this. First, it will search for a root DNS server, select one root DNS server. In that one, it will ask about .com server IP address. .com server IP address. Now, my forwarder knows .com IP address. Now, I go to the .com server. I went to the .com server asking for Microsoft.com IP address. In the .com server, I am querying Microsoft.com IP address. So .com will give you Microsoft.com IP address to our forwarder. Now I got an IP address of Microsoft.com. I got a IP address of Microsoft.com and I query, I want an IP address of technet.microsoft.com. IP address of technet.microsoft.com server, web server or like that. Okay. So now I got an IP address of technet.microsoft.com. Query is finished. What I required? technet.microsoft.com IP address. Then the query is completed by forwarder. Now forwarder will forward the query to local DNS server and local DNS server further forward to us the IP address of technet.microsoft.com. IP address of technet.microsoft.com. Now I have an IP address of technet.microsoft.com. Now I will communicate with my technet.microsoft.com directly with IP address. Okay, so this is just for this is a display DNS, right? So okay. For example, if you ping www Which one is www is also header like a TechNet. TechNet, DOC, MVA, same thing like a W. Earlier days, websites don't have any header kind of stuff. Domain with a header is not there. So that time, website or internet. So that name is www came, World Wide Web. So still we are using for a websites www. Now it is not compulsory also. Okay, so www google.com. This is easy. Now, when I put a ping command, so first I got a IP address of google.com. IP address of google.com. Then only I can able to communicate. Otherwise, I can't able to communicate. So how I got IP address? This is full explanation. I'm reviewing red bars first. Very good. So small 2-3 points I will add it and I will give you a break. I need a 2 minutes time. 1 second, guys. Credit card. Okay, so here it is. Queries are there. Okay, here the queries are there. Query. Different type of queries are there. I will tell query and response. There is a two terminologies, queries and response is there. So if you want a name, exactly name, writing and all, so you can see in a PPTs. Okay, so very simple, like you can go to this PPT only. If you go to forwarder, all the things are there. Okay, guys, here it is. Forwarder is querying one by one, means first .com address, next Microsoft.com address, next technet.microsoft.com address. Okay, so part of the query, part of the total query, I'm doing one part .com completed. I got IP address of .com. Next Microsoft.com IP address. Next technet.microsoft.com address. So when you do part of the queries, that query we call it as a iterative query. That query we call it as a iterative query. That query we call it as a iterative query. Here, from your local DNS server to the forwarder, local DNS server to the forwarder. So if you local DNS server to a forwarder, you are asking total query, means technet.microsoft.com only, not only .com or Microsoft.com only. You are asking technet.microsoft.com, technet.microsoft.com, and you are getting a response from the PC, from forwarder, exact IP address, not part of the query IP address, part of the response. I am getting full response of technet.microsoft.com IP address only I am getting, not .com address or Microsoft address. I am getting full response, full query. So that is called a recursive query. That is called a recursive query. Simple example. Someone given an address to you properly, full address is given. You said, I asked, I want to go to railway station. He said, go, okay, no problem. Just go to the straight and take a left and keep take a third right and you will reach the railway station. Full query, full answer. You ask question and you get a complete answer, not part of answer. For example, you don't know how to give an address. What you do? You can better to go straight and take a left turn and find anyone ask. They'll give you correct direction. What you are giving? You're giving a part of answer only, part answer only. So how to go to railway station? You said how to go to next bus stop only, not full address. You are not giving, or exact address you are not giving. You are giving a part of answer. So that is the difference. Recursive query, complete question, complete answer. Iterative query, part of answers you are getting, and finally you are get a full answer. So that is called a iterative query. Next one is response. Next one is response. In a response, two responses are there. One is authoritative response, non-authoritative response. For example, I'm a trainer, but you're asking about a fee structure. I'm not an authorized person to give a fee structure or a cognizant related information or a company related information. I'm not an authorized person. I'm a trainer. Mine is mainly training part only. But I know the information. I know the information. I given information, that is called non-authorized response. Non-authorized response. Authorized response. For example, you ask Pavani madam or maybe Sahiti madam or maybe Madhu sir, maybe like that, who are involved in that one. So that you are getting response from that one. That is called authoritative response. Same thing. I got a response from Microsoft. From Microsoft, I got a response of technet.microsoft.com IP address. This is authoritative response. That is a authoritative response. You got a response from forwarder. Forwarder is not a Microsoft.com, right? So it is a unauthorized response. You got a response from local DNS server, unauthorized response. You got a information in host file, unauthorized response. You got information from cache, DNS cache or a browser cache. So okay, browser cache, that is unauthorized response. Yeah, fully loaded, right? Or not satisfied? You want more? One more theory part I will tell. That's why I need another. Only one theory part. Just remember the last one. Lot of theory is there. Don't worry. Okay, these are my clients because it's a very small one. That's why I'm telling now. These are my two PCs are there. Two PCs, not client or something. Two PCs are there. This is my DNS cache server. It is a server, but not a full server. It is a cache server. Okay. Now I will tell. There is in a PPT there is a diagram is there, guys. What is meant by
full server and cache server?
Full server means actually it contains the dedicated IP addresses, host addresses and all. Here it don't store anything. It will store everything as a temporarily. Cache DNS server stores. It's a DNS server, but it stores based on query. Okay. So for example, my query is technet.microsoft.com. Okay. Same thing. Query go to DNS server. What happened in the DNS server? You don't know IP address of technet.microsoft.com IP address. So what it will do? Forwarder, right? First it will go to the forwarder, forward to root hinge, forwarded to root DNS server and find out a .com address, and in a .com server again query go to .com, find out Microsoft.com, go to Microsoft.com, find out Microsoft.com and find out technet.microsoft.com IP address finally. What it is?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm.
Okay. Okay, finally, like earlier story only, same story. Not a different story, same story only. Finally, I got a IP address of technet.microsoft.com. So you find technet.microsoft.com.
Means for cat server means once you have to search for that particular IP address, temporarily it will store that particular IP address in the DNS cat server, right, sir?
Right. Okay, the query.com address. Correct, correct. Okay, next, 1 second. I will finish this one. Microsoft.com. Then finally, I got a technet.microsoft.com IP address. Right? I got an IP address. Now, I got a technet.microsoft.com address is given to Catchy. Catchy will give it to us. So finally, I got IP address. Finish. But in Catchy, it will store. Not just a query. It store for some time. Technet.microsoft.com IP address. Again, someone in the network, maybe same network or maybe a connected network anyway, one way or other way connected network. Someone also like C2 also want to access technet.microsoft.com. Now the query go to Catchy, and now Catchy has to search again, forwarding query to the forwarder and roothints.com. Enter searching not required, because the Catchy already having an IP address. Directly it will give IP address to the client. For example, if you got a issue with a network, you got a internet doubt, you got a some small doubt in the internet. What we will open immediately to verify whether internet is working or not? Which one we open? Google.com only. Why? Google. Why?
Yeah, sir.
Per second. Per second, millions of people are using Google.com. It is highly available, means all ISP providers, local our Catchies, IP address is easily find. So then easily query will occur. Okay. How many people use Microsoft.com daily life for Microsoft.com in a day, per day? See the response time. It is working good, but because I use Microsoft.com more often. Okay. But less people compared to Google. Microsoft.com is less. Facebook.com is less. Facebook app is there, but Facebook.com is there. YouTube, frequently used, right? Frequently used. That's a faster response is there. Second one is, this is DNS Catchy. I will tell you one more thing is Media Catchy is also there. Earlier days, if you open a YouTube video, for example, a website or a YouTube video, new trailer is released. And you get one thing like this, right? You open a video, lot of people are accessing the trailer. It shows like this, right? Loading page only. Now we are not getting much. Of course, sometimes we are getting, but we are not getting much. So what we tell, if it is showing only loading like this, what we say, if you open a video, it is showing a loading. Buffering, yeah, buffering. So if you are getting a buffering, very good word, that is the correct word, of course. If it is showing still, it is buffering type only, slow buffering. Then what we simply tell, this internet provider is waste candidate, always server down, video is not loaded, very simple video, 1 minute video also not loading. So the problem is they put we said lot of people are accessing on a server, obviously load on a server make slow down, right? But what we say, internet is problem. Now what is this internet service providers are doing? They are maintaining a Media Catchy server. what is the use of this media cache servers? What are the frequently people are using? The frequent people are using. For example, last time I access in my mobile phone, I'm trying to view my own video only, networking related. Like I got myself doubt, so whether it is I given a clear information or not. Today I watched this one at lunchtime. I watched some part of DSCP practical, whether it is clearly there or anything missing. Maybe extra is there, something like that. Okay. I watched some part only, so I will complete watch. I have to completely watch. By my video is this buffering thing is there, loading kind of stuff, slow. But if I watch anything like a any TV shows or a music related or anything in a YouTube, it is running normally. But when I watch my video, it is slow because in my area, my internet, my place, very less members are watching my video, right? So obviously that video is not loading into this buffer, into this cache, media cache. So what is this media cache? New trailer release. Lot of people are asking. So this cache load it from main server, load it from main server to the cache to the other people, cache to their mobile phones and all. It is quite easy. It's look like near the server, faster browsing you are getting. So actually, if you are watching a video, even though it is a full HD video, you are getting good speed video clarity is there. It does not mean your internet is very speed. They are using this cache, so then less burden on your internet service provider and faster browsing for faster streaming for users. Understand? I think I confused you completely in this example. Media cache means based on people who are accessing a particular media, so like YouTube videos or any streaming video. Now Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Disney Hotstar, lot of media streaming is increased. So you will get a buffering kind of stuff only. Okay, what they are doing? So media caches will cache the media what currently streaming, and they'll publish. So then you can see you don't feel slow loading of your streaming media. So remember that point. So that is keep in one side. Guys, understand DNS cache or not? Guys, do you understand DNS?